Sits 18. I'm talking to the incorrigible Stephen Mann. Welcome.
Thank you,
Good to see you. We've talked many times before.
Yeah.
You more than me. But
I do talk a lot, unfortunately.
yeah. So today, really, it's about the whole kind of AI thing, robotics, RPA, whatever you want to call it. Hype or reality? Where are we on that? Those two? Because today I've spoken to quite a lot of people who are at different ends of the spectrum, saying it's all happening now, and others going, it's really, it's down the road a bit. Where do you sit on that?
Yeah, I think it's a mix of hype and a very limited reality. That there is a lot being said and written about, and a lot marketed that is probably underselling the effort involved and overselling the capability. So I think for any IT organisation and service desk in particular, to ignore it as something that's going to happen in a year or 2 years, I think that's wrong. But what we do need to do is maybe reel back expectations and be more focused on a handful of use cases where it is applicable now, but also understanding the amount of time and effort that needs to go in to make it work. So for instance, at the SDI event, I was chatting with someone and they were thinking about doing some stuff, but they were very concerned that they were talking to their peers in a bank, and they'd already spent 6 months working on their chatbot capability. And when you stop to think about it, you think, well, when do we ever spend that amount of time, other than implementing a new IT service management tool, on a single project for us, rather than a customer or a business function?
Are we talking then about the tail wagging the dog, that people are determined to do something with it rather than having a clear objective as to what they want to get out?
I think there's a definite danger that we do what we previously did with self-service, that we can justify investing in the technology, we're more than capable of deploying or implementing the technology, but then we're somewhat unhappy with the way the reality matches up to expectations. So I think there's a massive, I want to use the word opportunity, but that makes it sound a good thing. There's a good possibility that we do the same thing with AI. Because if you think about it, AI in many ways is pretty similar to self-service in terms of the way you can use it to augment existing capabilities, or if you focus on something specific like machine learning and chatbots, in many ways, again, it's an evolution in terms of it being a channel, an evolution of self-service. So the fact that we still struggle with self-service, which is a hell of a lot less complicated, doesn't bode well, in my opinion. I'm not saying that everyone's going to fail, because they're not, but I think we do need to have that appreciation that it's going to take a lot longer and a lot greater effort than perhaps we're being told or sold.
I mean, for me, one of the challenges really is if you're a service desk, internal service, or internal, maybe across a large organization even, so it's quite a large operation. Who's actually saying that they want to have, because for many people, it is their point of, of being saved from the technology, and actually they do like the people part of it. So in order to sort of suddenly switch that to a different way of working, is maybe a challenge. There's probably quite a lot of demand for it, but I haven't seen that. I haven't seen a desk where people are going, the business said they really wanted a chatbot, as opposed to speaking to people who might actually understand what we're talking about. And that's,
I think what we have is, if you think about chatbots or any other newer channel that we have within IT support, it comes from the consumer world, yet most of us haven't really had enough time with chatbots where, A, we probably don't know it's a chatbot, or even if we do know that it's a chatbot, that it was a great experience. I know I've had part experiences which were great, but then humans get involved and it goes downhill pretty quickly. So I can't think that employees would be willing their service desks to get chatbots. And ultimately, it's like anything, and we come back to organizational change management, that if we can demonstrate that the reasons for introducing AI and chatbots are for everyone's benefits, if we can demonstrate that the solutions we offer using the technology are better than what we have already, and repeatedly demonstrate that, then it's going to be a winner. But coming back to my concerns, I think the danger is we're going to go off half-cocked. We're going to deliver something that is worse than what we currently do, and coming back to the self-service example, people won't use it. If it's easier to phone up, people are going to phone up. If it's easier to email, I do it all the time. I take the easiest route, and it's different for different suppliers or vendors that I deal with, but whatever's easiest.
So it should be, to be successful, it should have to be the easiest route then?
Yes, yeah. And the easiest for everyone, really. And it impacts so many people. And hopefully people are starting to understand that we've made enough mistakes with other technologies, but we've yet to see, really.
I suppose the thing is as well is that a lot of the chatbot operations for like the consumer market, they're pretty well predefined. You look at the work in a call center, there's maybe 10 things they do, or 12 things, and you can probably define them quite.
Yeah. What are your opening hours? How do I return a product?
Yeah, or how do I change my address, open an account, update, all these kind of, pay my bill, that sort of thing. So that's all quite automatable. But when you get the service desk environment, yes, there's things that can be automatable that are repeated, but there's an awful lot of things as well that can't, because you don't know what they are. And it's the chaos theory thing, the standard in case. Things that we know about, great. Things that we don't, but the things that we don't know about in service desk is a huge part of it. And we can't, we're a long way away from automating some of those things.
To me, it's even worse than that, because this is probably going to sound a bit Donald Rumsfeld, that when you're talking about your known knowns and all that stuff, there's stuff that we know the answer to, and we've already created some form of knowledge article that should help either an IT support person or help an end user, but for whatever reason, it's not being used, whether it be that they can't find it because it's wrong terminology, or whether it's not created in a way such that it's easy to consume or act upon. And that doesn't go away. Now I've spoken about self-service, but knowledge management is another good thing to bring in. If we continue to not get knowledge management right, and self-help in particular via self-service portals, then how are we going to get it right when the chatbot is probably using a set of FAQs as the original source data or information?
That are out of date.
Yeah. But I might sound very negative, as is my gift on it, but I do hope that it ultimately works, because I do see it as something that will enrich service desks, hopefully will deliver ultimately a better customer experience to customers or end users. But the caveat is, what are we going to do this time to not cock it up?
It's a very good question. It's one that we'll wait to see for the answer for. For now, Stephen, thank you very much.
Cheers, Barclay.